Lads and... no. Lads and ladders, welcome to episode 6 of my very, very cool Iron Man account, where I continue to do more stuff. Quick, pause the screen, look at my stats. These are my stats. Study them, memorize them. Go. Oh, okay. So last episode we had a really heavy emphasis on Mage, unlocking some of the best magic gear possible, and until super late game, this will likely be my best magic setup, right here. It's like raining really heavy behind me, and I sit right next to a window, so if you can hear that, too bad. Since the last episode was about Mage, I think it's only fair if we spend this episode talking about range, or the issues surrounding it. If you remember in an earlier video, and if you don't, you should go back and watch all my videos multiple times because I need the views, I said that my basic plan was to do Wildy Slayer with ranged and hold off on the torso and the fire cape because ranged is just so good. And you can do Wildy Slayer to work towards Slayer Helm while stacking up tons of points because Wildy Slayer gives you tons of points and you can just unlock superiors and extend all your tasks while collecting all the Laren's keys. By the way, this is my first Laren's key. That's actually really cool. It's like a 1-in-1k drop from zombie. And everything just works out so well, but then you realize melee is just so much better. Not only is it better DPS against most of the monsters I've been assigned so far, but I also don't have a lot of rune arrows. I don't want to have to risk 1,000 rune arrows at a time, but at the same time I don't want to have to bank in the middle of all my tasks. I can really only stock up on rune arrows by buying them from the LMS shop with LMS points, and if you're sitting there thinking,
you can just buy them from the Ranging Guild, duh.
They're 400 gold each, and then it goes up from there. Who can afford 400k for rune arrows? Imagine a stack of 1,000 rune arrows for 450k. What? Oh my god, they are so expensive. It's also just easier to risk nothing with melee while still getting decent bonuses. I can just grab my Barrow's Gloves, my Defender, and my Scimitar, and then I'm risking a strength ammo. It's 2k, easy to remake. That's nothing. Okay, I can't blame everything on just range. It's really that I don't have good range gear. This is really my best setup. Look at it right now, Green Dragon Hide, look at it. Because I don't want to risk my Void Armor needing to be repaired if I die with it. It's 160k or something, and even worse if I just outright lose it because I ran too far north. You never know. I don't know why I do that, but you don't know. You don't know. No one knows. So how do you get range gear on an Iron Man?
Clue scrolls.
Absolutely the best option. Huge margin. Nothing's even close. Clue scrolls are the way to go. I can get Ranger Boots, Blessed D-Hide, Book of Law, the Glory Ami Untrimmed, even Third Age if I get crazy lucky. Right, so this is dipping my feet in the water, just a little trial run to see if I can actually do clues efficiently or with any form of speed, I guess. Okay, honestly, I thought this would take 5 minutes because I can just kill them in one hit, but it's been an hour or so. What the f? Actually, I have an idea. Works every time. So now we're all set for this step, and what do we have next? Hairdresser, nice and easy. That's a quick teleport. And we get a casket. Very nice. Let's see. No, actually, we should probably stack these up, right? Let's try and get 10 to give this a real fair shake. So that was number 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
We hit a roadblock. This isn't good. The black axe is not an item I wanted to see yet. If I was lucky, I can actually get this from some of the caskets that I already saved up. However, if I'm not lucky, then I need to start grinding out some monsters. And there's not that many monsters that drop this, and the ones that do, it's a 1-in-48 or a 1-in-64 drop, so I might have to do some grinding. Instead of waiting to get 10 caskets, I decided I would just open the 5 that I have now, see if we can get lucky on that black axe, and then go from there. We get a black item, just the wrong one. Let's try again. We get a black item, just the wrong one. Okay, the wrong black item again, and a bronze plate skirt. That's a collection log, nice. A Saradomin page, that's pretty cool, but I don't think I can use the Sara book. And another page, that's really cool, another collection log, but another black item. So 4 out of the 5 caskets gave us black items, but not the one we needed. Nice. Feral vampires will be the way to go. I think it's just about a 1-in-46, or no, it must be 1-in-48, that makes more sense. A 1-in-48 drop to get the black axe. And based on my stats and their HP, that means this is probably a 20-30 minute grind if I get it on rate. So yeah, not too bad. There it is, look at that, look at that. Ooh, that looks so nice. This is really why I really enjoy the Iron Man game mode. It's even these small grinds are just so rewarding. I would never care about a black axe in any other game mode. It's literally 1k GP, but on an Iron Man, you feel good. I even got spooned on it. This was only 7 or 8 minutes, but it feels good to get this drop, you know? That being said, I realized that I was just really unprepared to do this grind at this point. Even though I could technically do every clue step, it was just beyond slow. Some of the clue steps were just so inconvenient to get to. I can use the Nightmare Zone teleport to get to Yanel, but if I get that step again within 15 minutes, the cooldown for the minigame teleport, then what am I supposed to do? I don't have the Watchtower done yet. I can also use the Explorer's Ring to get to the Falador farm, but I can only do that 3 times a day so far, and I need those teleports to do my herb runs. If I had something like a Glory Ammy, or maybe even a Spirit Tree north of Port Sarum, this step would be a lot easier, and I can still do my herb runs. I also realized that even just running from Lumbee to the Ham Hideout is using a huge chunk of my run energy. This means I keep having to go to Ferox Enclave to recharge it, but if I had something like the Graceful set or even a Stampool in my POH, that'd be amazing. Then I'd be able to save a lot of time over the course of this grind. That's when I went back to the drawing board and came up with a very simple 3-step plan. Step 1, collect every item I'll need for easy clues. Step 2, unlock all the teleports. And step number 3, max my POH. Yeah, this may take a while, but I do think clues are absolutely critical for the account, and if it means I need to max my POH or do anything else, I'll do it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to start at step 1. For the first 5 caskets that I got, I was actually only collecting the items that I needed for that clue step. I wasn't thinking and planning ahead, which is really bad of me. I'm just gonna start by smithing everything that I can that's gonna be needed for the clue scrolls. I have enough bars in the bank, and it turns out that there's actually a list of all the items you need on the wiki, so we're gonna use it. That's all the bronze, that's the iron, and that's all the steel stuff. Time to go shopping. I think I need pretty much everything here. This is absolutely gonna decimate my bank space until it's all in a stash unit. Bronze spear, thank you, 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 bronze spear, thank you. Easy save spot on the Highwayman, black cape, thank you much. And we are shopping once again. This is the gnome stuff and the range stuff. I think that's all of it, and I tried to be smart and get as much of the medium clue stuff as well, so I don't have to come back. Hold your horses, are you guys seeing this? If you're not, please direct your eyes towards the screen. If you are, what? This is like complete chance, this is so weird. I had no idea who this guy is, but he has the name that I want. Well, I mean, I want the name just Fancy, but this is the next best thing. And I chose the name Alt Fancy, and now I look like his alt, but I'm not, I don't know him. But I chose Alt Fancy because it's Alt F4, and Alt F4 is really funny when you do it in Chrome, so try it out. But like, this is just so strange, and like, I'm in like the dumbest Slayer gear. I don't even know what I was doing, but now I look like a total noob to this guy that's in like absolute max. Damn. By the way, if you have the name Fancy, give it to me. He is enjoying the game. Whoa! Look at him go. 80 range, that means we can use the Zerite crossbow now. That'll be great in the next 3 years when I actually get a Zerite crossbow. And I got a greater foe. Okay, back to clues, back to clues, back to clues. Okay, I know I said that I was gonna wait to do clues until I had all the items, all the teleports, and max house and all that fun stuff, but I was like, ooh, big brain time. Now that I have all the items for the stash units, I should do clues to put the items in the stash units. As I get the stash unit steps, I'll put the items in, then I'll be like, wow, I'm so much closer for easy clues, and it'll give me another chance to try and get the easy clue items, so it's like a win-win, you know what I mean? So I gave it a shot here, and we just got a Feldip's Hills teleport. Wow. For anyone that didn't catch that,
Don't worry, you're not alone.
basically, I have a lot of items for these clues, and I do not have a lot of bank space, so this is kind of preventing me from doing other things. I figured the best way to get rid of the stash items in my bank was to do enough clues to eventually get all the stash steps and then put the items away. However, I quickly realized I'm not getting these stash steps nearly as often as I needed to, and it was still just a little bit too cumbersome. So I decided against it, and despite me traveling the world and opening a ton of caskets, I once again went back to the drawing board and decided I was just going to manually make all of the stash units. But in the meantime, here's all the caskets that I got from the clues where I was trying to do the stash thing. So we got nothing, and then we got the double. We got a Bob the Cat shirt, which is actually needed for an elite clue, that's so good. And then we also got a black shield H5, I guess that's okay too.
Straight to the treasure chest.
And then we got more nothing, some Morton teleports, these are okay I guess, I don't really need them. More nothing. Oh, and then we get a cute little steel plate skirt trimmed.
Straight to the treasure chest.
I don't need this. And then we get a willow comp bow. I don't need this one, it's a nice log slot, but I actually really want a magic combo. I think that's best in slot for Barbasalt. Just putting that out there. Please, world. Please. And that's a load of nothing. And now we get a little late on the black axe. That would have really saved me a trip to the swamp, but oh well. Nothing. And for our last one of the grind, nothing. Wow, I really didn't expect much, but I just wanted kind of like one thing that I can use to show off, like a little slippers, a pair, like something that's like, oh, this guy did some treasure trails, you know? Really, I don't know. Okay, no more chit chat. It's time to actually do what I set out to do. I'm gonna build and fill every single stash unit for beginner and easy clues, that way I'm prepared for the upcoming clue grind. I do plan on doing the same thing for medium clues as well, however, I can't access all of the medium clue items just yet. This is actually all the beginner stashes done, there aren't that many. Woo! On the other hand, unfortunately there are a lot of easy clue stashes, so while I have a supercut playing in the background, this is like 4 hours of real time, I just want to say thank you to everyone who is watching. I really feel like the account is like right on the cusp of unlocking so much content, but I also know that I need to spend like a huge amount of time doing all the various prep work to get everything like lined up and set, so that when we finally hit that threshold, we can just take off running and have so much fun and do everything I want to do. But I understand that like the prep stuff isn't always the most fun to watch. So I do appreciate it. Thank you. Anyways, that is all the easy stashes completed. Awesome sauce. Look how happy I was.
We just got Rocky the Raccoon.
I don't have money to insure it yet, so like he's gonna live in the bank for now, but like this is so cool. In general, I really like all the skilling pets, like the design, and I was kind of sad that I didn't get a pet during the 99 fire making or 99 thieving grind, so like I'm really excited that I got spooned on this. Well, it's not really a spoon, but you know. Oh, and when I got this, like this is not a live reaction or anything. I don't mean to make it seem like that, but I'm just excited. But when I got this pet, I was just thieving Master Farmers for the first time in quite a while to stock up on seeds for birdhouse runs. And I saw the collection log notification pop up before I saw the pet, and my only thought was, wow, this must be a really rare seed. I'm so dumb. Okay, today's a new day and I'm actually a little bit sick, so if you notice a change in my voice, that's really weird, you should pay less attention, thanks. That being said, for all the super nerds out there that noticed at the beginning of the video, I posted my stats. I only had 38 Slayer, and unfortunately you need 40 for Kingdom of Miscellanea. Or is it Managing Miscellanea? No, it's Throne of Miscellanea. Yeah, you need 40 for Throne of Miscellanea. There we go, got it. So I just never did the quest. And for those of you who aren't aware, this is actually pretty crucial for Iron Men. You actually do gain a rather significant amount of resources from this. Considering it's entirely passive, getting free herbs for herb lore, or just getting logs that you can convert into planks for construction is pretty massive, considering it's 0 time, like it's just given to you. I mean, you pay, but yeah, you get it. I was about 6 months late on this, but now we are good. We got it. It's a pretty short quest, so we're done. I also finished up Royal Trouble because it gives you 5 more subjects, which means you just get a little bit more resources, so that's nice, right? And look at me trying out all this fashionscape. Oh, I am looking good! Wow. Actually just like incredibly good looking, just like me IRL. And while we're on the topic of making good choices for the account, I also got 65 farming, which means I can now start completing medium farming contracts. These will be a great method for me to get some herb seeds in the future and eventually get my herb lore up. The seed packs you get from this are actually decent, and so I am going to try and keep this up as much as possible. I've since figured out how to do all the pre-plants and everything, and I do actually have some pretty significant farming and herb lore goals fairly early on in the account, so hopefully I'll keep this up and then we'll achieve them really soon. Enough about that. No one really cares about medium contracts, right? What 65 farming also unlocks is Hespori. That means this is our first opportunity to do some PVMing. And that means that after the seed is planted, next episode, bossing begins. I mean, it's just a story, but come on, that's awesome. We're gonna start doing stuff.
Subscribe, motherfucker.